Everyone thinks modern global trade networks are a new phenomenon. They're wrong. Centuries before the East India Company, a powerful confederation of merchant guilds and market towns quietly dominated northern European commerce. This was the Hanseatic League, a medieval economic powerhouse that didn't just facilitate trade. It built an empire without kings or armies, shaping the destiny of an entire continent. Its origins trace back to the 12th century, with scattered German merchant communities seeking mutual protection. By the mid-13th century, Lübeck, a strategic port on the Baltic Sea, became its de facto capital. Merchants from cities like Hamburg, Bremen, and Danzig began to formalize their alliances, pooling resources to protect their interests. The League's power wasn't derived from conquest, but from commerce. They established contours or trading posts in key cities like Bergen, Bruges, London, and Novgorod. These were more than just warehouses. They were self-governing enclaves, mini-states within states, dictating terms and controlling market access. Their dominance stemmed from a monopoly on vital goods. Salt from Lüneburg, herring from Scania, timber from Scandinavia, furs from Russia, and grain from the Baltic regions flowed through their network. They controlled shipping lanes, set prices, and even enforced their own laws, making them indispensable. The Hanseatic League operated like a proto-multinational corporation, but with collective governance. Decisions were made at Hansetags, assemblies where member cities sent representatives. This collaborative structure allowed them to present a united front, negotiating favorable treaties and even waging commercial wars. Their economic might was so significant that they could challenge kingdoms. In the 14th century, the League defeated Denmark in the Dano-Hanseatic War, securing favorable trade privileges and demonstrating their formidable influence not through a standing army, but through economic blockade and naval power. At its peak in the 15th century, over 200 cities were associated with the League, directly influencing the economies of Germany, Scandinavia, the Baltics, and parts of England and Russia. They fostered a common legal framework, standardized weights and measures, and even developed a shared currency system. However, the very forces that built the League also began to unravel it. The rise of centralized nation-states in the 16th century chipped away at their autonomy. Monarchs increasingly resented the League's independent power and its special privileges, seeking to control their own national economies. New maritime powers like the Dutch and English began to challenge Hanseatic dominance. They developed more efficient shipping routes and shipbuilding techniques, breaking the League's monopolies on trade. The shift of trade routes from the Baltic to the Atlantic further diminished the League's strategic advantage. Internal divisions also weakened the Confederation. Member cities, facing different economic realities, often pursued their own interests over the collective good. The lack of a strong central authority, once a strength, became a liability in a changing geopolitical landscape. The final blow came with the devastating 30 Years' War in the 17th century, which ravaged Central Europe and disrupted trade networks. By 1669, only 9 cities attended the last official Hanseatag. The League, once a titan of medieval commerce, faded into history, leaving behind a legacy of innovation in trade and governance. The Hanseatic League's story illustrates how economic power can rise and fall, not always through military conquest, but through the intricate dance of trade, innovation, and political evolution. Its decline marked a transition from a decentralized, merchant-led economy to one dominated by nation-states and global empires. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe to explore more historical, political, and financial forces that shape national wealth and global power. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.